Hello and all, welcome to the Galaxy Man Show interview show. So for my very Monday guest is this incredible singer known by the name of Briana Dinsdale, who's releasing a song on August 19th called Irresistible Force. So I'm about to add Briana into the live now and have a chat with Briana about her song release. So yeah, let's add Briana in and have a chat with Briana.
Hi,
Hello, Briana. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Really good, thanks. I just want to say first up, thank you so much for taking the time to join my show. It is such an incredible pleasure having you on as a guest for a Monday night. Um, so
Cute.
to people, no,
Fun
you're
to
very
be here.
welcome. So to people that don't know who you are, Brianna, if you can give like a bit of backstory about yourself, and then we'll dive right into the questions.
Yeah, sure. Um, I'm Brianna. My name's Brianna. I'm 18. I live in Logan area, so southeast Brisbane, and I write, play, sing country Americana music.
Awesome. So we'll dive right into the questions now, Brianna. So for my very first question, your new song releasing August 19th, like how does this make you feel? Like Irresistible Force, like how did you come up with the name of like wanting to create this song and what's the meaning behind Irresistible Force?
Yeah, I am. You're correct. I'm so excited for this Friday, and Irresistible Force is just a pure, honest song all about a really tough breakup I went through. And I wrote it actually the morning after I got dumped. And it was a bit of, I like to say it was a bit of a gibberish song because it was gibberish at the time. And then I brought it to my friend Melody Moko, who is an incredible artist. And we kind of put it all together and took the gibberish out of it. And now it's coming out on Friday.
Yes, awesome. So on to our very next question. So why do you think people should listen to Irresistible Force? Like what do you like what makes Irresistible Force a song for people to listen to?
I think it's going to be quite relatable, especially for those who have had their heart broken, especially young people as well, because a lot of the lyrics throughout it are true and based on either memories or events that had happened. And I think a lot of young people that have been in relationships have had very similar experiences and like can bond over different things. So hopefully, yeah, people can relate to the lyrics a little bit. Yeah.
Awesome. So on to our very next question. So like what made you decide as a person and like especially as an artist to get into the whole singing in the first place?
I grew up playing music. I started taking piano lessons when I was 4 years old. I was always singing my whole life though, but my parents gave me singing lessons when I was 8, started jumping into that. And from there, I just kind of started merging the two together and playing piano while singing, and then started entering little competitions, and then slowly moved into the country side of the competitions. And I fell in love with that because I was getting to play all the artists that I really enjoyed listening to. And yep, just kind of took off from there, which is just bizarre and exciting.
Yes. So on to our very next question. So on to that, like what does performing music like mean to you, like especially as an artist?
Oh, it means everything. I'm sure everyone who performs on stage can relate, but it's such a vulnerable thing, but it's also such an exciting thing. Being able to share your stories and your life through song is just so magical. And one of my favorite things about playing on stage, I especially love playing on stage with my band. They're like my best friends in the whole world, and being able to bring my songs that just started like on acoustic guitar or on the piano to them and kind of turning it into a whole show is very exciting. And then being able to play it for audiences and giving them a whole musical experience is just so much fun.
Awesome. So on to our very next question. So with writing and with like performing songs, like what would be your all-time favorite cover song to like to perform of all time and why?
Oh, that's so hard. I have so many songs that I want to play live. We currently play a lot of my favorite country rock songs live. So we do like "You Belong with Me" by Taylor Swift. We do what else do we do? We do Shania Twain, Man, I Feel Like a Woman, Life is a Highway, like, you know, the good classics.
Yes.
But I reckon my dream cover song to play would probably be Church Bells by Carrie Underwood. I don't know if you know that song, but
Yeah.
I've talked about it with my dad and my sister for a long time, just how much we love that song. And I reckon it would be such a really, really cool experience to do it live, because her playing it live is just incredible. So it would be fun to have that.
Yeah, it's awesome. So on to our next question. So like, if you could work with like any top three music artists in the music industry, like who would they be and why?
That's a really hard question because there are so many. But I reckon, depending on like each category, so I reckon for a producer, my dream producer to work with is Rod McCormack. I really want to work with him, so hopefully one day in the future that can happen. For a songwriter, I really want to write a song with Emily Wise Band, who is an incredible songwriter in Nashville, really strong female songwriter, writes a lot of country songs for many different artists. And I would absolutely die to play with so many different artists live, but I think a really unrealistic person to say would be Taylor Swift, but I'd have to say Taylor Swift because she's the best.
Yes, awesome. So on to our next question. So like, if you could take your music anywhere to like any country in the world, like where would you want to take your music to and why?
Definitely Nashville in the USA, because it's the home of country music, and being able to expand your music in a city full of country music lovers is just huge. Like, I don't know if there's many country music lovers in Logan. I'm finding them all over the place, but it's not like everyone loves country music, but Nashville is like everyone loves country music. So I definitely want to take it over there, and it is in the plans. So that's very exciting.
Awesome. So on to our next question. So like, if now Briana could like give advice to like, you know, younger Briana, like what would your advice be to your younger self, like looking back over your like time in the music career?
There's a lot I would say to younger Briana. One of them would be, just don't listen to the haters. I hate the word haters, but like, it's true, like the negative critics. I like constructive feedback. I've always loved constructive feedback, but there's a difference between constructive and negative, and the negative always really get to me, and sometimes it still does, as with any artist. It's hard to hear that something you're so passionate about people can really dislike, but I'm starting to learn to really tune them out. But 12-year-old Briana, I always say 12-year-old Briana because I remember 12-year-old Briana so vividly. She did not know how to zone them out. And I would also say to her, just be yourself, because I went through a phase where I would just put up a wall and be super shy on stage and interacting with people. But now that I've kind of just really brought myself on stage and in the presence of anywhere I go, it's just, I'm just having so much more fun. Yeah.
Yes. So on to our next question. So on to that, like if like for any upcoming artists, like what advice would you give them like to start out in the music industry?
That's a really good question. I definitely would say just find your path, find the ground you want to take, because there are so many like rules people tell you, like you've got to go down this path, you've got to look this way, got to make this kind of music. But I reckon if you just take the kind of music you want to make and make that, that's what you're going to do. Like, I remember when I was starting making music, a lot of people were saying to me, try and make like more poppy music than country. And I just didn't want to do that. Like, country is where I've always been, and especially down the Americana lane. And now I'm really just having the guts to speak up about that, because sometimes people really try to force you into that pop lane because it's what people like to listen to, and it's commercial, and that's fine, but it's not for me. So yeah, definitely try and just go with your own lane, whether it's country music or not. Just people will come and find you that like that as well.
So also your next question. So on to that, like what are like the positive and negative sides into creating your own music in the industry, and how do you get through those like negative moments as an artist?
Positives is that you can be super creative, and songwriting is one of my favorite things in the world. So being able to craft music, whether it's on my own or with a co-writer or a group of people, it's just such a positive experience, and I love it. But some of the negatives and the hurdles that can come is, like I was saying before, the negative critics, it can really get to you, and I'm sure other artists can agree with me that it can really push you down, and you can get lots of writer's block, lots of like personal, like lots of self-doubt, and that's a huge hurdle. And also, it sounds lame, but trying to balance everything is also a huge hurdle. But once you kind of get there and learn to balance everything, it's good. Yeah, it's fun.
Awesome. So, sorry, last question. So, like, what's next for you? Like, after Irresistible Force, like, any gigs planned or like any future things planned that you would like to announce?
Yes, we have lots of exciting things coming up. Some things I can't say.
Okay.
I would love to, but they're secret for now. But there's more music coming, more shows coming. We've got a few band shows actually coming up that are all announced. They're on my social media. But we're doing, this one's actually not announced, but I can say it. We're doing a show in Queen Street Mall on the 4th of September during the day. And then that night we're heading to the Triffid to open for my good friend Lily Grace, which is going to be so much fun, such an amazing venue. Can't wait to play there. But next Friday night, we're doing a gig in Browns Plains area for Eats and Beats, Logan Eats and Beats. And yeah, there's some more exciting stuff coming up that will be announced very soon. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, can I just say thank you so much, Briana, for making an appearance on my show. It has been such an incredible pleasure having you on as a guest on my show. Everyone, definitely go give Briana and her new song release coming August 19th called Irresistible Force one amazing support. We need more inspiring artists like Briana in this world, so I just want to say that. Any last final thoughts that you would like to say to people on the show?
Oh, I just wanted to thank you, Jacob. Thank you for asking me to come on. It's been an amazing chat. I love talking about this stuff, and I'm sure you love talking about it too. That's why you do it. But yeah, pre-save Irresistible Force.